Hey, what's going on? Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be doing some research on Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy, and you're wondering, should you get into dropshipping? Should you get into this program? I'm going to do a full review of Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy. This is probably the sales page, and you've probably been to this page and seen it for yourself. Let me talk about the details, and then you can decide whether or not you want to get into this program, what it entails, what the breakdown looks like, and should you be getting into e-commerce and dropshipping, right? Because there are a lot of different business models. There's obviously the right program, the right business model. When you match it together, that's how you do very well online. So let's talk about that a little bit, okay? So Adrian Morrison, I mean, he's been around for a long time. He is a very, very successful internet marketer, huge guru, brother of Anthony Morrison, right? Who focuses a little bit more on the affiliate marketing side. And inside of this program, it's broken down into 7 modules, okay? Now, I've reviewed a lot of e-commerce programs, and compared to a lot of the other e-commerce programs, Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy is really, really good. It's one of the older ones, right? So it was created back in 2017, which is not that long ago, but in the world of internet marketing, it's considered quite old, right? And it was the first Shopify approved e-commerce training program, which is crazy because everybody that does dropshipping, basically Shopify is the piece of software that you use to house all of your products on, right? So that's pretty amazing for a program to do that. But the good news is that it was updated, right, in 2019, and it's still very relevant today. So if you're watching this video right now and you're wondering, it's a pretty old program, is it still relevant? It is still very relevant, okay? So it is a very, very detailed program. I mean, literally like 39 hours of training, all right? So this is not a small program. This is a very, very big detailed program. And I'm gonna go through the modules for you so that you understand exactly what you're gonna learn, okay? So the first module is all about Shopify, right? Now, Shopify is the main software for dropshipping, and if you don't know what dropshipping is all it is you're learning how to sell physical products, right? So Adrian is going to teach you how to sell a calculator or a fidget spinner or a pair of glasses or cups or scissors, or it could be anything, literally, right? Whatever is trending, and whatever is really, really good to sell online physically. Basically what you do is you find a cheap supplier online, and he's going to teach you how to do that. I'll talk about that in a second. And then you put it on your Shopify store and you run paid ads to your store, and people all over the world will purchase, and you will basically send these physical products directly to your customer wherever they are everywhere in the world. Now, the way that you make money in dropshipping and e-commerce is the difference between how much you paid for the product through your supplier, which you're going to do deals with, and how much you charge someone on your website for that product, okay? So for example, if this calculator costs you $2 to buy from your supplier and you charge people $5, then you made roughly about $3 of revenue, not profit, because obviously you have to pay for ads, you have to pay for your tools and all that other stuff, but that's basically how you make money, okay? So that's what dropshipping is. Now, so module number 1 is all about dropshipping and the Shopify store, how to set it up, all the detailed stuff, which is great, okay? Module number 2 is all about sourcing products. So how do you get your products? Where do you actually go and get products from? How do you find them? Where are the best places to get them? How do you license them? All the important stuff that you need to know, hours and hours of content, right? Module number 3 is all about how do you then set up your shop and get people to see your stuff. Now, Adrian focuses very heavily on Facebook, okay? Now, Facebook is great, don't get me wrong, and it's a very, very detailed training on Facebook. I mean, he covers literally everything from keyword mining to retargeting to lookalike audiences to intersect targeting, right? A very, very detailed training on Facebook marketing. But the big problem for me is that he doesn't cover any other traffic source, all right? So Facebook is great, but the problem with Facebook is that Facebook likes to shut down people's accounts, okay? So if you're unlucky and you don't do Facebook marketing properly the way that you should, then unfortunately they might ban your account. And if you can't get back onto Facebook, then the course becomes irrelevant because you can't get anybody to your website. Does that make sense? So I've reviewed other e-commerce courses that cover a lot of other traffic sources too. They cover YouTube, they cover Bing, they cover Google Ads, so it's not just Facebook, right? So it's good Facebook training, don't get me wrong. The problem is that if you get in trouble with Facebook, then you're in big trouble. You're not going to be able to get your business off the ground, which is a big problem. Okay, so that's module number 3. Module number 4, he talks about email marketing. So how do you actually get people to not only hit your store, but how do you capture the email address so that you can follow up with them? So if you want to promote something, so let's just say you have a discount or a flash sale or something like that, you can reconnect with people, which is really cool because a lot of other dropshipping e-commerce programs don't cover email marketing at all. Okay, so at least Adrian covers that in module number 4. Module number 5 is all about building out your team. Okay, he focuses very heavily on how do you get virtual assistants, and this is the big thing about e-commerce and dropshipping that a lot of people don't know, right? It is a very laborious business model. That means that you have to spend a lot of time on the business because there's so many moving parts, and in order for you to make a lot of profit in e-commerce and dropshipping, you have to sell a lot. That means that you can't make one sale a day. You have to make like 100 sales a day for you to hit $10,000 or $20,000 profit per month because the profit margins are so small. You see, remember that you're selling a physical product, right? So there is an invisible price ceiling on the products that you sell, which means that the profit margins are actually quite low. A lot of people don't know that about dropshipping. So profit margins on dropshipping is only about 15 to 25%, depending on how efficient you are at your business, right? So that's a very small margin to play with, which means that for you to make a lot of money, you have to sell a lot of product every single day. So you have to handle a lot of customer service, you have to handle a lot of manual transactions. And so module number 5 talks all about building out your virtual assistant team to help you to do all that stuff. So you have to understand that with the dropshipping business model, don't get me wrong, you can make a lot of money, but you need to have a lot of people to help you to get to that level, okay? So in module number 5, he talks all about that. Module number 6, he talks about project management. So he talks about the different softwares and tools that you can use in order to help you to manage your business a little bit better, okay? And then module number 7 is all about how you can exit the business potentially. So your long-term exit plan, what does your P&L look like? What does the valuation of your business look like? Which is pretty cool. A lot of people don't talk about exit plans, but the problem with module number 7 is it's not very detailed, okay? So module number 1 all the way up to module number 6 is very detailed, extremely detailed. But module number 7, the exit plan, he just kind of touches on it. He doesn't really talk about, how do you find the right buyers? Where do you find the right buyers from? How do you advertise your business? He doesn't talk about any of that stuff. But he does give you an idea of how you can potentially exit and what the valuation of your business could potentially be, which is pretty cool because most courses never even touch on that topic at all. Okay, and then there's a whole bunch of additional bonuses as well. Hundreds of hours of content if you want to go through all that stuff. Okay, so very decent course. All right. So how much does this cost? This course cost, right? And what is the refund policy? So first of all, there's no refund policy. Okay, so all sales are final. That's something that you have to understand. If you get into Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy, you're not going to get your money back if you don't like the product, which is fine, okay? But it's completely up to you how you view that, okay? Some people think that's okay, some people don't really like that. So that's completely, your decision. It's not a cheap program, okay? So it's either one payment of $2,495, all right, or 3 payments of $997, which comes to just under $3,000 for the whole program, all right? So it's not a cheap program. It's not a super expensive program. I've been in a $5,000 program myself for e-commerce and dropshipping. So it's definitely not cheap, but it's not super expensive. It's definitely on the higher side. There are good dropshipping programs for $1,000, even $500. There are some pretty good dropshipping programs out there, so they're definitely on the higher side. Okay, $2,495. Not everybody can afford that, but it is a very detailed program. Okay, extremely detailed. I mean, 39 hours of content is crazy. All right. So overall, as a dropshipping program, Adrian Morrison's program is good. If you want to get into dropshipping, the only cons that I would say is that he only focuses on Facebook, unfortunately, right? Which, if you get in trouble with Facebook, it's very hard to stay on Facebook. That's the problem with Facebook. A lot of people get kicked off because they make mistakes, and it's very hard to get back on. And so if you can't stay on Facebook and he doesn't cover anything else, he doesn't cover Bing or Google Ads or YouTube, then your business is not going to get off the ground because you can't find people to land on your shop, if that makes sense, right? There's no refund policy, which is, not great. Okay, so you have to trust that the program is going to be really, really good, but it is a good program. So you can make your own decision on that. My biggest con is not really about the program itself, okay? The training is very decent. It's shot very well. It's very detailed. It's one of the original e-commerce, dropshipping training programs out there. It's updated, which is great, right? The big problem I have is really with the e-commerce business model itself, okay? So like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I had a dropshipping business. I shut it down. And the reason why dropshipping is so difficult is because you have to make a lot of transactions in order for you to be profitable, okay? And a lot of people don't know that. So unlike some other business models, which I'll talk about in a second, dropshipping requires you to not only have a lot of cash flow, because you have to buy the products. Like, you have to spend money on the calculators before you send them to your customer, right? You have to spend money on the program. You have to spend money on paid ads, because e-commerce and dropshipping is a paid ads play. All right, it's very difficult to make money from dropshipping, driving ads for free. You have to spend money on advertising, okay? So if you don't have a budget to spend money on advertising, you can't start. Then you have to pay for your Shopify store. You have to pay for your email managing software. You have to pay for your tracking software. There's a lot of overhead costs that you have to pay for. And the profit margins are super small, because the profit that you make is, or the revenue I should say that you make, is only on the spread between how much you paid for the product and how much you charge for it. And as you know, you can't charge $100 for a calculator, because nobody's going to pay $100 for a calculator. You can only pay what people are willing to pay for that particular thing that you're selling. Does that make sense? So if you're selling a bag, you can only charge, $50 or $100 or $150 for a bag, depending on what kind of bag it is. If it's a pair of glasses, you can't charge $1,000 for a pair of glasses. Nobody's going to pay that. Does that make sense? So dropshipping is a volume game. You have to sell a lot of product. And with selling a lot of product comes a lot of headaches, a lot of customer service. You have to hire a lot of people to help you manage the business, which is why there's an entire training on setting up, hiring people, virtual assistants and all that stuff, right? So that's the kind of business model that e-commerce is. And if you're okay with that, then it's okay, right? But just understand that it's one of those business models where, like, you have to sell a ton. We're talking about hundreds of sales every single day, let alone a month, every single day, in order for you to hit $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 profit per month, okay? So when you hear dropshippers say, oh, they made, $100,000, they made $100,000 in sales, not profit. Their profit was a lot less than that, right? Again, 15 to 25%, depending on how good you're optimizing your business, okay? And for that reason, I'm not a huge fan of dropshipping and e-commerce. There's just too many moving parts. The profit margins are too small. And so I just think that there are better business models out there. But if you're like, you want to do it, like you want to do dropshipping, you want to do e-commerce, you're set on that, then Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy is a good program. It's a good course. It's very detailed. It's going to show you how to do everything from scratch, okay? So completely up to you, right? So for me, I've actually been marketing online now for the last 12 years. I've tried pretty much everything, MLM online. I was in 5 different multi-level marketing companies. I had a dropshipping business. I've done affiliate marketing. I've done surveys. I've done GPT websites. I've done marketing systems. I've been in the BizOps space for a long time, right? And out of all of them, affiliate marketing for me is still the most straightforward, the most affordable, and the most automated business model out of all of them. Okay, profit margins are closer to 40 to 70%, because you don't have to pay for the product up front. You don't have to pay for a calculator or anything like that. Everything is 100% digital, which means that you don't have to deal with hiring a virtual assistant. You don't have to deal with the shipping and handling of your products, which you do have to in dropshipping and e-commerce. You don't have to do any manual kind of transactions, which you do with Shopify. Unfortunately, Shopify is still quite manual. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just the way it is. And so affiliate marketing is 100% digital, which means that all you really need is your computer and an internet connection. You don't have to deal with anything offline, anything physical in the real physical world, which is why affiliate marketing is so great, right? And that's how I got, I started getting really, really good at selling products online. It took me a long time. I spent a lot of money. From 2009 to 2016, I spent over $100,000 trying all these different business models. It was so hard to get into profit. And then finally, when I learned how to do it properly with affiliate marketing, that's where I started to do really well. I was tripling my corporate income by April 2019. Tripling. That means every single month I was making 3 times what I was making in my corporate salary. So I quit my corporate job in April 2019, and I've been doing affiliate marketing full time since then. Now I've got thousands of students all over the world where I teach them this skill of affiliate marketing. So it depends on who you are, okay? If you're somebody who definitely wants to do dropshipping and you want to do e-commerce, then Adrian Morrison's course is great. It's a great program, all right? So I highly recommend it. But if you're still shopping around, you don't know, you just know that you want to make money online, you don't know how, then I highly recommend that you check out affiliate marketing, because it's still, till today, I still think that it's the most affordable, it's the most straightforward, it's the most profitable business model, and it's one of those business models where you can get to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 US dollars profit per month without ever hiring a team. You can literally be a solopreneur, one person, and all you need is your internet connection and your computer, and you can build everything online because it's 100% digital. So there's very few business models out there that can rival that. And for that reason, I think affiliate marketing is still number one. It's the best, okay? So I've got a free affiliate marketing workshop. If you want to check it out, absolutely free. All you need to do is click the link directly below in the description box. It's going to lead you to my website. Enter your best email address, and please check your spam folder and your inbox, because sometimes email ends up in spam. And I'm going to basically open your eyes to this world of affiliate marketing and show you exactly how you can start to benefit from affiliate marketing, if that's something that you would be interested in checking out. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this review today of Adrian Morrison's Ecom Success Academy. My name is Aaron Chen. I hope to see you on the workshop. Take care, and all the best to you.